first family. We didn't have any of our brother, sister, aunt. And Tito Matt has always been our uncle of community uncle, I guess is what I can call him. He can give the biggest hug when he knows that you're, here we go again. He can give the biggest hug when he knows that you're feeling down. But that's how I see Tito Matt. My ever community uncle that will always be there to hug you. Anybody else?
We met Matt right shortly after he met Rose, I suppose. And he was a great friend every day since then. Never met him that he didn't have a prayer for us before we left. He was always there when we needed him. Always there to pray for us when we needed prayer. He was a true friend.
I want to share something. The last time I was with Tito Matt was 2 years ago during the birthday of our colleagues in West Monroe. And I sang for him 3 songs, and he told me he was one of my biggest fans. And he told me, he whispered before I left that, please continue to share your blessings because God give you a lot of talents to share everything to all of you. Thank you.
Well, I'm not supposed to share, but that guy is really a very good guy. I love Tito Matt. He did the blessing of our house before, and he blessed each one of the rooms, and I tell you, our house is really a blessing to us, because of the prayers of Tito Matt. And then the last time, of 1 year and the death anniversary of my mom, I asked him to pray for my mom. And I cannot move on the time. I mean, I can't. Sorry. So he gave me those words of wisdom, the encouragement that life have to go on without my mom, and everybody will go to heaven later on. And well, he's just a very big inspiration to my life and to my family. We cannot forget Tito Matt's kindness, thoughtfulness, and being so sweet to everybody. Thank you.
Like what everybody said, Tito Matt is a prayerful man. When we first came here to Louisiana, he was the one who wed me and my wife for a civil wedding at their own house. We were very grateful. We can't forget that. And he's always there to say kind words and those words that very uplifting. So thank you for sharing his life to us, and we're blessed.
Tito Matt and Rose has always been there. Every time I give birth, they're over there at the hospital visiting and saying a prayer for us. Jonah was just telling me earlier, before we came here, he misses Tito Matt's stories because he always had a big heart and always really always
I miss Matt's prayers. Every time we see him, he's always praying. And he always prays for my family. Especially every time he sees my wife, he always prays for her. I always remember Matt's jokes. I mean, he likes to tell some jokes, and I would like to share one of them to you, to lighten up a little bit. He likes to share them jokes. There was this kindergarten class, I guess, and their lesson for the day, or they were talking for that day, was where is the Christ? Where do you think Christ lived? And one of the kindergarten said that Christ lives in heaven, and so everybody was clapping. Another said Christ lives in Jesus Christ lives in our hearts. Everybody was clapping too. And the other kid at the back says, Jesus Christ lives in our bathroom. Everybody like, Jesus Christ lives in your bathroom? What made you say that? Because every morning my mom always saying, Jesus Christ, you're still in there? You know? Thank you, man.
We have known Matt and Rose for a long time. I remember he was always being very complimentary, welcoming and warm. And he always admired how we and appreciate how we raise our children. He's a good Christian. And we always remember he always give us nice and heartbroken prayer.
He's a good man. And well, when the first came here in 1989, I thought, you know, everybody except Gloria David and his family. And I think he's the number one member to welcoming community to our small Filipino association here. At first I thought he's a Filipino. If he's married to a Filipino, he loves Filipino food, and he loves Filipino customs. He always has good words for everybody. And every time I speak with him, they always quote a Bible verse from me. Yeah? I love him. He never had a bad word for him. Probably he's a good role model. And that's why I miss him.
I miss him for his jokes, because whenever we see each other, he always likes to say jokes and he likes to say good prayers, and even the consoler, he's consoling. And so when he started getting sicker, you know, everybody comes and visits him in the hospital, and we give him you know, prayers and talks of good words for him to be strong and everything. And that gave us also an open mind that because you're getting sick a lot doesn't mean it's the end. It means that God is ready for you. So it just gives us good hope that, you know, we can be open in our lives, that even the consoler needs consoling. We miss him very much.
Well, I first met Tito Matt on the day that he married Rose. I forgot the year, but it was Valentine's party of the Philippine American Association. And I saw him, how he cherished and loved the community of the Filipino. And from there on, I saw him, he's been active in all functions of the Philippine American Association. And even during my time when I was president, Rose and Matt helps me a lot. That I appreciate him very much. That even during the time, I was advised not to give his what you call prestigious award of the Philippine American Association. I did. Went to the extent that on that year, I gave that award to both Dr. Torres and Matt because they deserve it. They help us, our organization. The panel is the group wherein it serves as the family of the Filipinos here in the United States. And Matt didn't act only like not an American, but he acts like a Filipino. Like June said, man has a lot of what you call jokes and all the stuff that me and him exchange jokes all the time, as attested by Rose. Every time we go together and sit and talk about it, we share those jokes. But most of all, we miss Matt, because Matt is not only serve as our father, our brother, but most of all, Matt is our friend, and we miss Matt a lot. That's all.
I just want to speak. I met Matt in the Lions Club at one of the Lions shirt honoring. He always, as everybody's already pointed out, has been nothing but positive and really a mentor to me. He always led our prayers. His voice was booming and beautiful, and he led our songs as well. And I can sing half as good as he. I consider myself a wonderful singer. But most of all, the Lions say we serve. Matt served. He served with the eye screening and helped numerous kids get glasses. Even discovered one kid with eye cancer and saved that child's eye. And he's always done it with, when he worked with the kids. I only helped a couple times my wife testifies more, but he's always so good with the kids, and they just love him. And, I just can't say enough. We all listen to it.
We will always remember such a great man whose wisdom and understanding have touched a lot of people, including myself. He had a great gift in finding you in your lowest moments, which we had that one moment several years ago that forever changed my heart and my faith. For this, I will always have a special bond with Tito Matt and his testimony of faith and unbelievable strength. His journey was long and difficult, but in the end, he has imparted to us why his faith remained untouched. That there is great glory awaiting for those who endure. We love you, Tito Matt. Thank you for holding our children and, in a sense, holding the Filipino-American community together. We love you so much.
So I always pray and I always thankful for Rose and Matt, because when the tough time happened in my family, especially Charles, that time that we are out of the country, out of the state, Alfred Torres, anyway, everybody, Matt is the first one who called us and say something happened to Charles, and said, don't worry, we're here. And since then, he's like we treat him like a father for us, because he's the one who's taking care of my children and his Alfred. And we thank you, Rose, for always pray for us, especially when the tough time. You always there anytime for us. It's so hard if you have a teenagers. Especially in adolescence level, Matt is said, just be calm, show your love and patience to them. It's so hard to keep the teenagers at that time. And I'm glad that Matt, anytime we call him, he just came to the house quick no matter what time. And I said, well, that's why house parents is. And said, just be patient. And since then, I said, yeah, that's true. If you have a teenagers, especially especially the time, I said, okay, just be patient, calm down, and just show your love. That's what we learned from it. Thank you, Tito Matt. We love you so much, and we love you, Rose, always. Thanks for your prayer, and thank you always for checking on us. No matter how Matt is gone, he's still in our heart, he's still in our prayer, especially a big help for me, for me and my husband, especially we're out of the country. He said, just go, don't worry. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. You're like a parents to my children too. That's why he said, just go on as long as you're young. Love you, Tito Matt.
Matt and Rose sat in front of us at church. Matt always loved to be on the front row. And the thing that always stands out in my mind about Matt and Rose was that he loved to worship. And his hands would be in the air, and as someone else already said, you know, his booming singing voice could be heard all over the church, and he was into it with all of his heart. And I think also he liked to be close to the altar because it was not unusual for him to go and kneel during worship time and just have a moment of special time with he and the Lord. And I also want to say about my dear friend Rose that I watched her work tirelessly while Matt was sick to pay bills and, you know, to do what she could. And got really concerned about her a few times because she was really pushing herself hard, but she loved that man and she loved Matt. And I know she had the support of all of you, and I see the tightness of your family here, and it's a precious thing. And to, you know, come a year later